Tell me about a reboot that you thought was going to be bad, but was better than you thought it was going to be.
Whoa,
Oh
okay.
man.
Shit. I wish I had some
Reboot?
time to think about this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
let's
feel like
see.
there's so many I can think of.
I've heard, I haven't watched it yet, but I heard that the reboot of The Fresh Prince was actually pretty good up until the end, I think.
Yes. I've been
Hmm.
hearing good things about the Bel Air. I'm going to say DuckTales for me.
Oh yeah, I didn't see all of it, but I did see some of the new one, and I was kind of surprised. I was like,
Yeah,
I was
and it
watching, I was
actually
like, this
had
is good.
story. It actually had a storyline. They even like do some like character development for the kids. And like doing like references to the past of like, because you remember it used to be like, whoa, where are their fucking parents at? And they actually dive into that, right? And then they
Oh,
bring back
okay.
Darkwing Duck at some point, and he became a villain.
Darkwing Duck?
Interesting.
Yes, Darkwing Duck became a villain
What?
That is
because
pretty cool.
they were doing a superhero movie based on Darkwing Duck, and he auditioned for the role and didn't get it.
Oh, and he got pissy.
He got pissy and became a villain. It's like the funniest shit. I actually really fuck with
That's
that show.
That's fucking funny. That's really good.
If you guys have never seen the DuckTales reboot, go to Disney Plus and just like throw it on. It's like really good background noise. Oh my god.
Okay. Actually, going with that Disney route of things, the reboot of Mighty Ducks. Then
There's a
live
reboot of
action.
Mighty Ducks?
Yeah. So
What?
it's borderline
What?
reboot. Borderline. It still has the main coach. I forget his name though. It's
Emilio
Emilio
Estevez?
Estevez?
yeah. that's it.
Emilio!
He's there.
Yo.
He's in it.
Yo.
Wow. It's on
That's
Disney
crazy.
Plus?
It's on Disney Plus. Yeah. So it came out around the same time Disney Plus. So about a year, almost 2 years ago.
Oh, okay. I think I remember
Yeah.
that. Damn, I
Yeah.
didn't know it actually came out. Is there supposed to be another one coming out?
Well, the problem with that was they didn't want to bring Emilio back for season 2, or something happened. I don't know. Something happened between Emilio and Disney.
Mm.
So as soon as he pieced out, basically the whole thing. I'm not sure.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Why
as
didn't
right
they
now,
bring
it's
his
all up
brother
in the air.
Charlie in to play him? That would have been fun.
He's
Winning.
probably still blacklisted. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
That's-
Did you guys like the Karate Kid, like the OG
I,
trilogy?
I was literally gonna
Oh,
mention
yeah.
that. I was gonna say fucking Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai slaps, yo.
He's
Cobra
so
Kai,
good.
it's so fire. Oh my
It's so
god,
good.
yo. Seeing fuck, what's his name again? Daniel and
Daniel-san?
the bully, and like
The
yo,
bully.
seeing like
I forget his
so
name.
Cobra Kai is basically like the bully's like what happened with the bully and his point of view of what like actually happened from like the first movie moving forward.
And he makes
And
it
so-
seem like he was the one that got bullied. Like,
Yeah. He was like, "Oh man, I was just trying to get my girl back, and then Larusso just shows up and takes my girl, and it's like, yo, but I mean, you
You're
were
just
kind
like-
of being a dick."
like I do remember that in the original movie, there's that scene where Daniel, like when they're in the bathroom
Oh
and
yes,
they come in with the Halloween costumes, and he
Yes.
fucking, I think he like let out like what was it, like a hose or something, and he just like,
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I remember he
yeah,
did.
yeah,
something,
yeah. Like, he was like
fucked
in
with
the bathroom, and he like sprayed the hose or some shit on him.
Yeah. So like he did do some stuff, but like that was just revenge, right? Like he was just trying to get back at them.
Yeah,
Well, this asshole makes it seem like, oh, I was the victim all along. Shut the fuck up. Get out of here.
yo, but it was crazy though, because like then they had like the storyline with like hit their kids and like how they inherited the beef. And then like the senseis came back, and then they referenced like when he went overseas to Japan. Like the story is like really crazy.
Yeah,
Man,
I
I really
only
got to get into it.
Oh my god,
I
I
only
watched
saw
it.
season 1, and I think I saw a couple episodes of season 2. I need to get back into it.
I think we're up to season 3 now.
My nephew loves that show. I've been meaning to check it out so I could watch it with him.
Oh, dude,
It's
Fernand,
fun.
watch it.
Like
If and
it's-
even like
it's good.
you can even do a rewatch of the first 3 Karate Kid movies, and then go into Cobra Kai, and you will appreciate it so much more.
Yeah, I rewatched the
What-
first movie, and that movie holds up. The first Karate Kid movie is still a fun fucking movie.
I'm wondering if like at some point they're gonna like bring in the next Karate Kid character, like when it was the girl.
Oh, Hilary Swan?
Yes,
I don't think she's.
Was that
gonna
in number
do it.
3?
that was
That was the
four.
fourth
Is
one.
that, oh my god, there's a fourth one?
Yeah,
I
it
didn't
was
even
it
know
was
there
the
a
next
fourth one.
Karate Kid, and like it was
Yeah.
the girl, and I remember like Mr. Miyagi. She was about to get hit by a car, but she had like the
Right.
sick reflexes and like jumped on the car. He was like, "Ooh, you have nice reflexes. I would like to train you in karate."
Oh,
Yo, you-
shit,
You make
I
it
think I
sound
saw
like
that
there
one.
was something. Mr. Miyagi had something different in
Yo,
mind.
man, Miyagi was sick. I'm telling you, man. Like he knew. Wasn't he also in the Three Ninjas movies?
Was he?
I think they're different guys.
Is it different guys? Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I can't remember the other guy's name. Uh,
Those movies
Yeah.
are on HBO Max. And those movies.
I did want to. I was literally gonna bring that up. The Three Ninjas with Cole, Tum Tum, and
Rocky.
Rocky, yeah.
Oh man, that's a
I'm
blast
sure those
from the
movies are
past. I forgot them
Yeah.
shits existed.
Yo,
Three
Yeah.
ninjas.
Shit.
Yo.
Wow.
I'm sure they're horrible if you go
they're
back.
probably
Probably.
absolutely terrible because like
But my
Just so
memory
I'm
of them
clear,
is
the
fucking
Three
amazing.
Ninjas is the movie that at one point they had like Hulk Hogan in it.
fuck, I don't remember. I
Was-
honestly don't remember.
I think so.
Was
I
it
wouldn't
Hulk
doubt
Hogan?
it because they were like really big on like celebrity cameos in movies back then.
Yeah,
So probably
I don't think he was like a main character, but I think he had a cameo at some point. They made a bunch of them. I think there's like 2 or 3 of them.
I was watching the old Ninja Turtles movies on HBO Max.
Oh my
dude.
god.
They're so
Whoa.
good.
They still hold up. They
Yeah.
still hold up.
The first one,
Yes.
That first
the
one
very
especially.
first one.
So
Yeah.
good. And I really only like started watching them because the Go Ninja song was stuck in my head. But I was like, okay, if I'm gonna watch that, then I'm gonna have to watch the whole movie. But if I watch the whole movie, I'm gonna have to watch the first movie.
Did you play?
After the first one though.
The new game, Shredder's Revenge.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
I want to play it, but like I kind of want to run it with a squad though.
Oh, I got it
should
on.
play
Man,
I got it on PC. So
I'll get it on PC. I'll do it.
yo,
Yeah.
I will do it, and I will
If the-
record the footage, and
if
we can do
if
a
the four of
podcast
us-
run.
Yo, if the 4 of us get the game and play it together, that shit would be fucking fire.
For Dev,
It'd be.
are
fun,
you
yeah.
down?
Is it like
It's a side scroller. It's like the classic, like the Chuck
The
E.
beat
Cheese
'em up.
shits.
like
Yeah.
Turtles in Time?
Yes,
It's just like
Yeah.
Turtles in Time,
Ah.
except
yes.
Yeah.
it just looks a little more modern. Like the pixel art looks really good, like really
Yes.
smooth, really
It's
clean.
like how they did Sonic Mania, right? How they like updated the animations to be like more modernized, but kept like the old style. So like everyone has like their own little running animations. They all have like their own unique move sets and shit. And
Yeah. And
you can play like the 5th player. So if we had to guess, the 5th player could be like Master Splinter, April O'Neil, or Casey Jones.
yeah, it's
that's
got
what got me
6-player
super
co-op.
excited.
6
Oh shit! I didn't know
player
it was 6-player.
co-op.
Up to 6. Yeah, I played it with a friend of mine. For never would know who this is. Forest Lock.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was playing it with him
Shout out to
online.
Forest Lock.
And
Friend
shout
of
out
the
to
show.
Forest Lock. We were playing it together. And we had a really sick fucking time. We were playing it together and we were like the whole time, like, yo, this is
Wait,
sick.
wait, hold on. No. I can't even believe this right now. He opened the game?
Wait, he bought. wait, like, is it a physical copy?
No,
Is
actually,
it-
I don't know. Maybe he did.
Or did he like launch the program on PC?
Well, there's a joke with our friend Forest Lock where he likes to collect games, not necessarily play them.
Oh, but so he
that
keeps them in the
caused
wrapping?
That
Yeah.
caused so many arguments with
Okay,
that shit.
but that's kind of
How
cool
can
though.
you be a game? I think in retrospect that's genius because he has a little small fortune over there. But back then, boy, was it funny as fuck.
Yo, I
remember-
wish I still had the PlayStation demo discs that I used to get.
For Nev, I remember you made a video back in the fucking day. You had a cereal box and you're like, hey, Forrest, hey, still no more.
Yo,
Dog, I'm talking about we had a whole song of I'm more than a collector. Hey, hey, hey.
Oh, wow.
Refuse to do unboxings every single game.
Do you guys remember that episode of Dexter's Lab, the NRFB episode? When it was when they had
Wait,
when he had the
what?
action figures never removed from box, and they were like, "Don't take the action
No.
figure." Oh my god, yo! So there was this
I remember
episode
that
of
episode.
Dexter's Laboratory, and I think it was either him or Dee Dee that was looking for like a collectible action figure, and it was like super rare. So they finally find it in the store, and I think Dee Dee was like, it was Dee Dee. She was like, so you just buy the toys and you like don't take them out the box? And they were like, no, it like decreases the value. So she takes the toy out the box and they're just like, NRFB, NRFB. And she's like, what? And they're like, never removed from box.
Wow.
And yeah.
No.
Yeah, that shit was like funny as fuck.
Yeah, Dexter's Lab was my shit. I remember watching that every chance I could get coming home from school. That show was the shit, man. That was amazing.
Yes. So,
Dude,
I think I was a little too old by the time Dexter's Lab was like mainstream.
were you?
I think so. Because wait, how old are you guys again?
I'm 30. I'll be 31.
Yeah, so I'm like 6 years older.
Are
than
you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I'm about to be 36 next month.
Wow.
I'm
You don't look 36.
I'm,
I'll tell you that. Well, what does 36 even look like? Looks like you, apparently. Okay.
So, I don't know.
at the end of August I'll be 33.
Am I the youngest here?
Oh, okay.
You might be.
Yeah,
I
I'm
guess so.
31. Yeah.
I'm so used to feeling like the old nigga in the room.
Yeah, me too.
I'm back to being the baby. Am I little baby? I'm actually little baby. So I guess we had a pretty good week. Everyone seems to be in good spirits. Welcome to the
I'm
podcast.
doing a lot better.
Oh yeah, from the move, right? Everything. You know what? Your room looks
Dude,
really nice. It looks really nice.
Thank
I'm
you.
fucking with the setup, and I am actually fucking with that comforter. What is it?
thank you. Thank you. I don't know. It's just some shit.
No, on your chair.
Oh, this is a blanket.
It's just a regular blanket.
Not regular. Hold on. Let me see if I got it right. It's Berserk.
Ooh.
Oh wow, I need that.
Oh, that's
dope.
sick.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
It's the rawest blanket you'll ever see in your life.
That-
Damn, where'd you get that?
Yeah. I don't know. My sister gave it to me as a gift.
Daniel's sister, if you're watching,
Yeah.
please, in the comments, let us know where you got that. Because I might want one for myself, and so might the viewers. So hello, everybody. How are
That's
you guys
fucking
all
sick.
doing? Welcome to the show. We created a podcast and couldn't come up with a name, so we settled on this sentence being the title, right? I am your host,
Oh,
Something
yeah.
like that.
Rob Lucci, and I have some of the greatest people in the world with me tonight for Neverworld. How's it going?
Yo, it's pretty good, pretty good. Just doing the thing.
Just doing the thing. Daniel, how's it going, my man?
It's going good, man. It's going good. Finally. It took fucking long enough, I'll tell you that. But it's going good
Round
now.
of applause for the boy for everything going good. And of course, not last but not least, Chris.
The old man.
Yeah,
telling
now,
how the
now you are.
Gandalf the Grey.
here to pass on all my wisdom down to all you.
Yo,
young-
teach me that one dance move after the show. I'll be trying to hit the I'll be trying to hit the flare. Almost like broke my leg once trying to do that shit.
I did break my thumb doing the flare when I was
Did
first
you?
training.
Ooh.
Yeah, this one here. Yeah,
Ooh.
I like when you're spinning around, my hands on the ground, and then the back of my foot like slammed right into my thumb.
Oh,
So yeah, that was fun.
Shit.
Did that was like in the hallways in high school.
That's disgusting. Did the bone like
Yeah.
protrude, or did it just like kind of shatter?
No, nothing like popped out. It just like kind of like
Oh, it,
went inside a little bit, so I couldn't move my joint here.
oh, so it's like
Yeah.
it got pushed in? Fuck.
Kind of,
Dude.
yeah. So my thumb was kind of.
I feel you, because like my knuckle is broken from like when I got in a fight in like middle school, and I
Oh,
hit
okay,
with
yeah,
like
yeah.
pinky first, and so like yeah, so it like pushed it back, and I never
Oh.
realized it was broken because it was like so swollen and like numb for like a while. That probably should have been like the
Oh,
tell that it was broken, right? So
yeah.
now like I can't do the
Mm.
same thing. Like look at
Did
that.
you?
Like it
It's like
has no
it's like a
it has
fucking
like
crab
no
claw.
Kingler, right?
Did you go for physio for
No.
that?
And I just let it
No?
rock, dude. I was like
Damn.
13, 14 years old. Yeah, I
Yeah,
was a
yeah.
little hoodlum.
Yeah, it's interesting how, like, when I grew up, I always thought that, like, if you break something, you're gonna be, like, in the most excruciating pain. But I remember my nephew, he was breakdancing to Kodak Tunnel Vision, and he, like, dropped back and he did something to his arm, but he was just like, oh, it's just bothering me or something. And it was, like, a week or two where he was, like, he really couldn't move it and stuff, and I was like, no, we're gonna go check this shit out. He broke his arm, and I was like, but
Oh.
I always thought, because I've never broken a body part, so I always thought, like, yo, you break something, you're gonna be in the most excruciating pain, unbelievable. But my nephew taught me something with his broken arm.
Did it did it
Oh,
look
man.
No,
broken or anything, or was it just like really swollen for a while?
It was just like a little swollen, and he just kept on complaining that it was like bothering him a bit and stuff. But I just thought, like, yo, if you break something, you're gonna be.
So you've never broken
Yeah.
anything
No.
except these records, right, baby? Take
Yo,
that, take that. Yo, so Daniel, you had a really good
What's up?
idea for a topic that I think we all kind of wanted to talk about. Um,
Yeah.
could you tell us a
No,
little
yeah,
bit
yeah, yeah,
more
yeah.
about like what kind of brought you to that point?
I'm the kind of person that's always thinking about stuff like this in general, but just so what it is I was thinking about how I was thinking that we as content creators, we tend to look at media differently. And I think part of that has to do with the fact that um, we understand the creative process, and a lot of people don't. And the fact of the matter is, like most people, they just consume media, right? Like they just listen to music, they'll just watch a movie, they'll just play a game, you know, and that's it. But I think we as people that are creative individuals, you know, we actually like to like whether it's like make music or make videos or whatever. We are creative
Right.
people, and I think because of that, we understand what goes into making something, even if we may not necessarily understand everything that goes into, I don't know, making a fucking Marvel movie or something. We understand, man, there's a lot of work that goes into it. And I think because of that, we tend to be less dismissive of the create of that creative process. And I kind of noticed that like with a lot of people, obviously it's not everyone, but just from my anecdotal experience when I've dealt with certain people and
Anecdotal. I don't know why I feel like that's such a big word in the middle of it all.
It's such a random word to throw in there. Anecdotal experience.
well,
I was like all in, and I heard that word, and it just kind of broke me. I
it
was like,
just
wait a
threw
minute,
you
huh?
off.
Professor
I'm
Shintai.
sorry, carry on.
But
Yeah. Shintai has to start showing up wearing like a lab coat.
yeah, I'll bring in my
And on the
suit
breast
next time.
pocket it says anecdotal. I'm sorry.
I feel like this is totally throwing me off.
My fault. I just had to be a little anecdotal.
I guess so. But like I was trying to say, just based on my personal experience, whatever the fuck you want to call it, when I'm talking to people and they may be trashing on something, and I could agree with them, but I'll try to say something like, "Hey, but you know, it's probably like this because of blah blah blah, whatever reasons," just to give some context. And sometimes I'll get pushback, and it's like, it doesn't matter. If it's trash, it's trash. And I'm like, how unproductive and lazy is that? Like, just saying like, oh, whatever, it's trash. They're just being lazy or whatever. It's like, I never buy into that because like, I don't think anyone goes into something wanting to make trash. Like something isn't just trash because it's trash. There's usually a reason for it. And
they haven't
it's not
figured
that I'm
out
trying
the
to
how
say,
to give it the form that they see in their mind, right?
sure. But the thing is, I'm not trying to say that you should like it because you understand why
Hmm.
it's trash, right? Like, if you think it's trash, continue thinking it's trash. I'm not trying to change your opinion on the quality of whatever it is we're talking about. I'm just trying to provide some perspective so that you got a better idea of like, oh, I guess it's trash because they ran out of money, they ran out of time. That was like the main brunt of what I wanted to say. So I wanted to hear y'all's take on that.
I think that's a really good take, and honestly, I was really prepared to give you some pushback when you first brought the idea up. But now that
Mm-hmm.
you like kind of break it down the way you did, I actually really agree. And
I was when you were. I remember you were saying like, "Oh, I want to challenge that," and I was thinking like, "What the fuck? What did I say that was worth challenging?"
but I mean, it's always good to like be able to have a different point of view of the topic. And although I do think that people appreciate art in like their own capacity, I think that people are overly critical about art now because it's
Mm.
so easy for everyone to have an opinion on something that they don't take the time to actually delve into where they get their opinion from. So now it's like all about really just giving a hot take so that you can go viral for some shit, right? Because when did mid become so synonymous with being bad? When mid is literally middle ground, right? So it's not bad, but it's not amazing either. It's mid.
It's the death of nuance where you're either like the fucking greatest thing that's ever come out, or it's fucking dog shit. Get that out of
Yeah.
my face.
It's either
It's
trash
trash.
or it's peak
It's
whatever.
Oh god, these terms, the mid, the peak.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
that's all I fucking see on Twitter.
I think that's the thing right there too, because I think with Twitter, it amplifies all of this. But in the sense of, think about it: if you write something on Twitter and you're just like, "Wow, I loved it. It was great," right? Which I do all the time. But I'm not going to get any pushback or engagement, right? Because now it's all about engagement. And how
yeah.
do you get engagement? Being controversial, right?
Yep.
since the
So
dawn of
everyone
time.
loves something. I say I hate it. Boom, I'm going to get a lot of attention, right? People being like, "Oh, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong," and then everyone just dogpiles. But no one, the being on dogpile doesn't matter because now you're getting that attention, right? That you were looking for to begin with. So by being the outsider, or just being opposite to what the popular opinion is, then you're just getting that engagement that you're looking for. It may not always be, it may not work out in the long run, but I think that's kind of what's going on with a lot of people there.
I feel like the only way nowadays to be able to say that you think something is good is if you package it in an interesting way, and that's really it. Like you need to present it with like a really interesting take or perspective that most people don't know about or haven't heard of before or is unique to you or whatever. You just need to present it in a way that engages people and makes people think about what you're saying, going like, oh, I hadn't thought of it that way before. That's really cool that you presented it like that. I didn't take in all these implications or whatever, because otherwise, yeah, if you're just on Twitter and you're like, oh my god, I love this, okay, good for you.
Or worse is you write something, you're like, oh, I love this thing. And then everyone dogpiles, how dare you like this? This is it's dog shit. It's garbage. Your opinion's wrong. All that kind of stuff. It's like, I liked it. Like, I don't know what else to tell
I
you.
wish like creators would get back to, or those that want to become a part of the creative world would get back to like doing stuff like that with like their genuine sense of self and autonomy, like their actual personality, as opposed to like trying to either appeal in a way that they think like the masses would like, or like try to be so controversial to get all the attention. It's like, why can't you like remember like when like the earlier YouTubers started showing up, like Niga Higa and like those guys, like before it was like I want to get my viral hit, by kind of being a dick.
Yeah.
Like you had to actually have a personality and know how to package it.
Because of that, like because we're in an engagement driven society, I guess at this particular point, like I look at it as the me from when I started YouTube would not be able to survive in this YouTube, because back then, for example, a chapter of whatever comes out, I could just make a quick 3-minute video. Yo, shit was ill. I love when they threw hands. That shit was crazy. Now motherfuckers want the video essay. They want the flashy this and all that. They want all of this extra shit. And at the end of the day, you could really boil things down if you really wanted to with, hey, this is my opinion. Hey, this is X, Y, Z. Carry on. But people want, well, why is it X? Why not Z? Why?
Remember when 3 to 5 minutes was like the hot spot and you couldn't upload a video longer than 10 minutes?
Yes, yes. And I remember it was they made a big deal when YouTube extended it from 10 minutes to 15 minutes.
Remember, anime used to be like, you gotta watch it in 3 parts. The 2 10-minute videos and then like the one 3 minute and 26 seconds.
Yo, I watched like so much Naruto and Bleach that way.
That's
in
how I
high
got
school.
into Bleach. Like,
Yeah, watching it on YouTube. I remember catching up to Naruto. It was like halfway through the filler arc or whatever, and I tried finding the next episode, not realizing that was it. And then I would find all these fake videos of people trolling and being like, "Oh, you thought this was the next episode, but it was
Rick
me,
roll.
Dio." I mean, that joke wasn't around at the time, but you know what I mean.
I can go even further back than that. So back in the dial-up days, before
Ooh.
we even had YouTube, 56K modem, I got my first computer. Yeah, exactly. I got my first computer when I was 12. So you guys would have been like 6. Right? So I remember getting dial-up modem, and like things like Dragon Ball movies and stuff didn't exist here in the West yet. At least not around here. But I remember like being able to go online to download a movie. But when you're talking about downloading a movie back then on super slow internet, right? You're like downloading a movie file that's like a little square that's like,
and the phone
big,
bill
right?
would be high as fuck.
Yeah, that, and it would take you forever to download that.
But you
it
would
was
feel
maybe
accomplished. You would
Oh,
feel like,
100%.
yo, when you got that shit, I done gamed the system. I got it. It's
Remember,
me,
like,
baby.
DSL wasn't even
Yeah.
like 1 meg when it came out. I think it was like 156K or some shit like that. Like that was like the fast shit.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure because I remember cable came out before DSL. But cable back then was much slower than compared to what it is now. It's definitely evolved through time. But it was considerably faster compared to dial-up. It was like way faster. Yeah, but oh man, I remember downloading the Broly movie for the first time.
Yo,
And watching it on this tiny little like shitty quality. And I was like, oh my god, I'm watching a movie from Japan right now. That's not even here. And I was
Yo,
like,
my
blowing
friend used to
fucking
somehow
mind.
get like he used to get like the big like quality like the size like like how the old computers used to be with like the big ass like CRT looking shit. But like it was the size like it was like a decent resolution, right? And we used to watch the old DBZ movies. We used to watch. We used to get the Naruto Jump Festa movies, like when those would come out, the OVAs. And the same with the Bleach ones. And he also used to be able to get like the imported Naruto games. I don't know how he like found his way like to that shit. So like when Clash of Ninja was like new in Japan.
What you're talking about though is kind of like about
That was like
6, 7 years
that was
later.
0304.
Like because by that point cable. Oh, okay, yeah. See, I'm talking like 1990.
Yes. Okay, so I think DSL had
8?
come out in like
Something like that?
02,
Yeah.
right?
You talking about the 1900s?
Back when we were Mormons. So while still on the topic of like opinions on creativity, have you ever like found yourself on the opposite end of like what you're saying when you're consuming anime?
Yes.
I think you always gotta, especially to escape the mob to a certain degree, you gotta kind of balance it out. That's what the formula I found that works is that because nothing is completely. There has to be something decent about it. Hey, it got fucking pixels. It has something. So you always got to be as fair as you possibly can. And you start off with, hey, these are the things that was alright, but now here's why I fucking hate this shit. And then boom, like, yo, I gave it a fair shake. I'm telling you the truth. This is what I like. This is what I dislike. So I think that that's like the winning formula for the most part, assuming you're not trying to do what, you know, I was just talking about earlier, the big, fuck, this shit is fucking garbage.
Yeah.
For that, what was your favorite series to like review?
Naruto manga. That shit was everything. That was, yeah, every week was a treat. You knew that something big was gonna happen, especially because when I got into it, it was in, you know, final arc, 4th grade Shinobi War. So, you know, talking about that every week there was always something going on, whether it was bad or good. There was conversation.
That's how I used to feel when like the new episode of Dragon Ball Z would come on after school. And if you caught it, you had something to talk about tomorrow with everybody else.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what like got me into the whole like. At the time, actually, that's how I found you, Fernev. Was it was around the time the Dragon Ball live action movie was
That's
Oh shit.
super
Oh my god.
Holy shit. Oh my
What?
god.
Yeah, but I was like, it didn't occur to me that like people on YouTube would just be like talking about this kind of stuff, and so I was like, oh shit, there's like people who just have like common interests and they just talk about things that they like. And I remember I found like, a couple of YouTubers. Yeah, and I was like, I didn't watch any of that kind of stuff yet on YouTube. And then yeah, you're one of the first that I noticed, and I was just like, oh shit, there's a guy here just talking about anime and like Naruto, Dragon Ball, all that kind of stuff. And that's how, like, following you with, like, I would always read the manga chapter and then go watch the video after. Like, watch your
that's
video
sick.
or, you know. Yeah,
Yo,
that's how I got into all that.
That
kind of
reminds me, and I guess it's just so many hustles that come and go. A hustle that will probably be forgotten. Most kids on YouTube don't even know this shit existed. The video response, especially for large content creators, that they wouldn't restrict. Like, you could... I would be with my Naruto chapter reviews, putting them as video responses to Ray William Johnson's latest episode, dog. I would just do it, and it would work. Motherfuckers would actually click on it, and the hustles.
Which is crazy that like YouTube was on that shit first, and then they got rid of it, and then TikTok came and like made a whole feature based around doing that. And then, like, anybody can get their own viral shit. Like, you just respond in the fucking comments or, like, respond to the audio that was used. And now, like, you're a TikToker, you know?
I remember some guys got pissed off when they removed that. Also because what they would do is they would have these multi-part videos and they would use the response feature to make it easier for people to watch the next video in their series.
Like Let's Plays and stuff.
Right, exactly. Yeah. I remember when they removed it, so many of those guys were pissed. They were like, these motherfuckers at YouTube, they don't understand.
One of my, like, first, like, I guess, videos on my channel where I, like, started getting traction when I was doing League music was, like, a response video. And it was, I remember, like, it was to Bad Administrator. And he had did, like, this Kazakh song. And I, like, did a response video to Rengar because in the lore... those two, like, had, you know, they had, like, lore where they had beef or whatever the fuck. So I was like, well, shit, you're going to do this. I'm gonna do this here response record. And, like, he liked it. And I got, like, a nice amount of subs off of it. And I was like, man, that's, like, why would you guys get rid of that? Like, it helps people, like, kind of get into the game while trying to, while trying to figure out, like, what their niche is. And I personally think they should bring it back. I don't know if they have it on YouTube Shorts response videos or whatever, but they really do need to bring that shit back.
I feel like nowadays, more than ever, it's harder for smaller creators to get their foot in the door. And part of that is because, they remove stuff like that, but also just the way that they've changed the search functionality, where, like, the first, like, what is it, like half the page is, like, shit actually related to what you're searching for. And then below that, it cuts off and it's just like, left. Oh, yeah. And I'm like, I'll be trying to search for like a very specific video and then it cuts off and I'm like, fuck, I'm not done looking, YouTube. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate that. I hate how they've changed that.
It is so annoying. You'll put something super specific like, oh, Naruto chapter 700 review, whatever.
Naruto
You
chapter
only
650.
wanna see, like a specific.
Response video.
But then then it'll cut off and it'll be like the Naruto opening number 7. It's like, I'm not looking for that, bitch. Give me give me my reviews.
Yo, even like YouTube gaming's like
Oh, really?
interface is like so ugly to navigate. It's like really annoying. You know what I mean? And it kind of feels like hard to find people that's not over like 5K, 10K viewers already.
The thing I completely avoid on YouTube at all costs is the explore page, because that is like the worst page of all time. It's literally just a circle jerk.
Bro, it's like just
like the same people.
clicking on the logo on reddit.com and then just using the mouse scroll.
Yeah.
There's so much shit that's like not related to like what you actually like, and yet the algorithms are catered to your taste. No, they're catered to what you want me to like.
It's
Yep.
like, oh great, the 500th video of somebody
The
eating something.
mukbangs.
Like, I don't care. I don't want to
Okay,
watch
but
it.
all right, but hear me out
Yeah.
though.
Oh my god.
But
I lose
hear
faith
me
in
out.
humanity
Though.
when I see stuff like that. I was just like,
Would you date a mukbang YouTuber?
no. I don't care how hot she is. I don't care. Out of principle, I would be like, no.
So, like, let's say you're on a date, right? A Tinder date. Your fifth one for the
Fifth.
day.
One. Oh my god. We got a fucking Jujutsu Kaisen nigga over here, Gojo.
And so you're on this date. It's going great. Girl's saying all the right things. She's funny. She's nice. She's hot. And you're like ready to seal the deal tonight. And then she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm a mukbang YouTube content creator."
Yeah, I'd be like, well, it was nice seeing you. Oh shit, I gotta run.
You'll just like
See
get
you
up
later.
from your seat and you're like, "That's it. You're just gonna leave your linguine half eaten and leave."
Yeah. Dude, if someone told me, like, if I was on a date and the girl told me, like, yeah, I'm a TikToker, I do TikTok videos, I'd be like, oh.
But you're a podcaster.
Bye. Like, I could, yeah.
And then they leave. You both leave at the same time.
Very much. Oh, God. I at least had a little bit of faith restored in humanity, because, like, I can't stand watching, like, the dance TikTok.
Oh, like the dance
like, all the
routines?
dancing TikTok videos. Like, they kill my soul inside, because it's just like, I remember when
Okay, but
dancing
wait,
was
wait,
part
wait,
of the
wait,
challenge.
but wait,
Oh,
though.
And,
But
like,
wait,
shit.
but wait,
Yeah.
but wait.
Damn.
Because that took me back to when, like, I was
yeah.
a kid with my cousins and we would just come up with, like, dance routines to, like, the new album that just came out from, like, you know, Sammy or, like, goddamn, some R&B act, like, yeah, like Michael Jackson or TLC. And, like, yeah, there was, like, the breakdancing and stuff, but, like, for people that couldn't do all that, like, we had, like, the new edition.
But that's fine. But you weren't getting
there was no
famous
TikTok
off that,
yet.
right? So these people are getting.
Mhm.
But that's what I'm saying. So like, it's literally promoting talent, like non-talent. Like before, you had to get good at a craft, right? And then that's how you got your recognition. Like you couldn't just be mediocre at rap and like just go in and be like, oh god, I'm a god now.
Soulja
Like,
Boy?
I've got millions of people who like my stuff because
I see a reaction.
guess-
Vanilla Ice?
Nev.
Shout out Soldier Boy.
yeah, Vanilla. Yeah, okay. So you did get like the one-hit wonders kind of thing, which has always been a thing.
Go
And
Ninja,
to
go
be
Ninja,
fair, they would
go.
get like, oh man,
Yes, that was Vanilla Ice.
that was in the Ninja Turtles movie, wasn't it?
The second.
Yeah,
The second
okay.
one. That was in the second one.
But yeah, anyway, my faith was restored because I was like randomly going through Instagram yesterday, and then like this one chick popped up, and she was actually like so damn good, and I was like, I don't really comment often on things, but I was like, I had to comment. I was just like, you restored my faith in humanity. I was like, there's actually good dancers on here. Like she absolutely was just like, because she wasn't doing some trendy thing. She was just legit vibing and going. and
But okay, but on the flip
absolutely
side of
killing
that
it.
though,
It's like-
like there are also the ones that like go viral that are like the actual dance crews, and you know they do like the little dance cipher or whatever. Like one person jumps in, and, like they're doing like the sick little combinations or whatever to the beat with the nice little transitions to highlight it. And I especially would like the ones where like they would do like the neon lights that will like kind of outline them and then they'd have like the designs that kind of represent what they're doing.
Like the ones wearing the
An
suits
effect.
that had like the neon,
Like
or
After
are they using
Effects
like an
or some
effect,
shit.
like after?
Yeah,
Okay.
and I would I
know what you're
love
talking
seeing
about,
stuff
though.
like
Yeah,
that where people are like they just gather together and they're like actual like b-boy dancers and pop lockers and all that shit, and like they're really like feeling the vibe of
Yeah.
the music, and like they're just letting their bodies talk, and they're not just
Mhm.
looking
Yeah,
like
that's exactly. Yeah, I'm on
looking like
100%
great
on board
Saiyan
with you
Man
on that.
poses and shit.
Those are great, right? And it's just like, yeah.
But then that takes us back to like creators, right? And like, is it trash because it's not professionally or it doesn't look talented, or is it just like somebody figuring it out? And in this case, they're still kind of documenting their
So-
progress, right? Because the little amateur like two steps that they were doing to songs, and then like a year later and they have like full blown like, yo, this could be like, but it's something that you could imagine seeing in the Beyonce video, right? And then everybody's doing it.
And so there's a difference. So if I saw someone who's like just started dancing, and they're like not that good yet, but I can tell they're practicing, right? There's a difference there. Like, yeah, I'm not going to shit on that person. Like, you're actively trying to get better at something, right? I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to encourage you, right? But then if I see the dude next to that person and just being like, "Oh, I'm amazing. Look how good I am," and they're just doing like anything that a 2-year-old can do, and it's just, you know what I mean? That's the difference of kind of what I'm talking about.
I think your problem is with the intent.
Yeah.
Because like one person's just like, you know, they're doing their best and they're just trying, and they're practicing, and they may not be there yet, but they're trying to get there. And the other person thinks they're already there, and they haven't done shit.
Yes. Exactly. Yeah, 100%. That's how I feel. Online and just like things like TikTok just really amplify that, right? Because people can just upload a 30-second thing, do a little whatever, and it can not just dancing. It can be.
All right, so then I got a
but,
question. Is TikTok
yeah,
the
it
auto
just- it
tune
drives
of
me nuts.
video creating?
Yes.
That's a very good one right there.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Never even thought of that one, but that sounds about right to a certain degree, because I guess there's some creators, you know, that they got the big budget so they could focus all their things, and they're gonna have the sponsors so they could just, when there's the money behind it, especially for the talented
Make it
people,
look professional.
they can
right? High level
do,
shit.
you know what I'm saying? Like, they could go to TikTok, but you know, TikTok for the majority is like a bunch of kids, which there's more than just kids on there. Let me be clear, because TikTok is humongous, but the majority of the dance community stuff, especially, is like teenagers and a lot of that shit. You get
Well, like,
clowned if you're an adult on there dancing.
Like, let me ask the same question back to on you guys. So, like, for Nev and Rob, if you guys like pulling up like a TikTok video and then like some person rapping clearly is not very good at it, but they think they're good at it, or at least like portraying themselves as if they're good at it, like, how do you respond to that? Like, do you cringe at it, or are you just like, what's going on, or you just don't care?
I listen to what they're saying.
I've never had that experience. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, what they're saying, how they're coming across, is it like genuine that they enjoy doing it, or they're just fucking around? But like, even with artists, like, if you like, I see a lot of up and coming, you know, people that they want to make manga and stuff like that, and sometimes their art isn't necessarily the greatest, but I see the passion, the drive, and I'm gonna root.
Honestly, the only time I like
wanna
really
see them win.
cringe at seeing like rappers on like TikTok or YouTube are like when they kind of like force the double time shit, and it's like, so everything you do is just gonna be double time. No, like
You
when they
mean,
like
like,
rap
literally
fast,
just
like,
speeding
you know,
up,
how
like,
Twister
fast
and
forwarding?
would do, right? Yeah, and it's like,
Oh, right, okay.
Rap God brought
and
forth
it
a
seems to be
whole
like for
generation
some
of
reason
that.
white rappers that they're either like using double time, triple time flows, or they're making funny raps. I think
Rap
Mac
God
Miller was
inspired
like the
a
only
whole
white rapper I was
generation.
listening to where they were like, he was like talking about like other shit, and then like he wasn't trying to be like, oh, I can like rap really good. Listen to how really good I can rap, or listen to how funny I am. Hey, look at me. Like, he was talking about like some real shit, and he was like trying to make art. He was trying to make music. Like, he had a message. That Good AM album was so good.
Coming from someone that doesn't know much about rap, to be clear, but I'm gonna throw my 2 cents into why that may be the case. I think it might be a slightly racial thing in that white guys feel like they have something more to prove compared to black rappers, so they try to amp up their technical ability to prove like, hey, see, I'm just as skilled as you guys are.
That is a very, very valid point because, like, for example, if your voice is high pitched, even, like, if you don't have the deepest voice, you have a few different options because if not, it's just not going to bang. You either got to talk a little more like this, or you got to have a lot of crazy wordplay or big metaphors. You got to do something to make up for the fact that maybe tonally it doesn't knock the way you would like.
So I understand that,
Just gotta sip on
but
that
then
cough
like
syrup.
think about the white
Oh,
rappers
God.
that people
No,
like
no,
don't
no,
really
no,
like.
no. No cough
You
syrup.
don't see someone giving them shit like too often. Like Paul Wall, he wasn't trying to be like something. He just carried himself like he was a product of where he came from. Like he wasn't trying to put on airs. He wasn't trying to put on an image. Like he didn't do that. Like Mac Miller, like I said, he's like one of those where he was just like just being himself and not trying to prove. Asher Roth was
Roth.
actually really good. He did like kind of dabble in like the funny rap shit, but he was also just like really cool, like really chill, like was just like I Love College was such a good
Chill,
record.
dude, yeah. And,
That party last night was so amazing. We should have
That was
taped
a time
it.
right there.
You know what's a really good rapper? Takashi 69. Dead silence.
Bitch, are you dumb, stupid, or dumb?
Stupid. Not gonna let you get the chance to say some bullshit like that ever again.
He he had the magic of the personality, and of course a million other things behind him. The son of one of the most powerful people in the record industry, pushing.
I thought you were gonna say Nicki Minaj is behind.
Well, Nicki Minaj helped him a couple different times, but he had a lot. He put all the ingredients at a time where people didn't still realize that you put all these ingredients together, you're gonna make fire. But he is a prime example of, and he's still alive. I'm referring to the career, live fast, die young. He went, he was I'm 2 for 2, 3 for 3, and the last record he put out, I think, barely charted at like 90 something. And granted, there's more to it. He's like blackballed to the power. He will probably never chart again in his life. But regardless of what, he did a lot of stupid shit, antagonizing, promoting, fucking disgusting shit. So
You know who's another like
I don't know, fuck
personality that I don't understand why people still give them any credence? Is fucking PewDiePie. Like the dude keeps doing fucked up shit, and they will find ways to apologize for this dude. Like when he drops the N bomb with the hard R, and they were like, "Oh, he just let it slip." Like
His. Yeah, hey man, it was
don't
just
worry,
a
Pews,
heated
we
gamer
forgive you,
moment.
even though we're not black. That.
Whoa.
Oh my god!
I've never watched a PewDiePie video in my
Me
life.
neither.
I actually stopped
Me
buying Razor
neither.
products when they started sponsoring him.
He's
You know what? I
Yeah.
didn't know that Razor sponsored it.
It was
I'm
after he
gonna.
did that
I think I'm gonna have
that
to.
German joke, that anti-Semitism
I'm gonna do the
shit
same
he
thing.
did on YouTube. Yeah,
That was the one that got him in the most trouble. That was the one where they was like,
yeah,
pulling the
and
plug.
like
You
just
doing a
recently, this
special
dude went
boy
viral
anymore.
because he was like mocking like a deaf person that was signing with like nails or whatever, and like people were like, and he was using the dog to do it, right? But then like he's like doing the voice, like like how deaf people speak because they can't hear themselves speaking, right? And
Which
but
he
he's like
sounded
doing the
fine too,
voice
by
with
the way,
it, and
so
that's
fuck
where
him for
people
that.
are like missing that. That's what made it come off like you're mocking her because one, you're using your dog to sign language because you're making fun of her nails, but you're also talking like her. Yeah, and there's
That's
that's
just
like this was like a few days ago.
is this recent?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I didn't know
Even
about
had her
this.
in the thumbnail. He had her in the thumbnail. He first removed the segment from the video, but he still had her in the thumbnail. Then he removed her, changed the thumbnail, and then I'm hearing them they saying, "Oh, it was the editor's fault." This, that, and the third.
The editor's
But
fault.
Was it the editor's fault with the anti-Semitism? Was it the editor's fault with the N-bomb? Was it the editor's fault? Like, how many, you know what I'm saying?
It's the editor's fault for leaving that shit in there.
Because somebody has to quality check after
Yeah.
it's edited.
And his videos, it's not like he does 3-hour podcasts where, ooh, like, dog, he
Yeah.
does like 10-minute videos. Like, come on. Watch it in double time. It's a 5-minute video.
Yeah. No, damn. I had no idea. So, is this how he
No,
got popular
he
to
was-
begin with? Like, was he always doing like these super
No.
controversial things?
He got popular from scary games. Like,
Yeah,
he would react
but
to, like, oh my god!
To my understanding,
And
like
the
what helped
kids
him
of that
is that
generation
he would
ate it
move
up.
around a lot. So like the algorithm was like,
Yes.
hey, I moved to like this country and like my shit's doing really well in this area. Okay, I moved to this country, my shit's doing really well in this area. Okay, I moved over here, it's doing really well here. So like now, like half the globe has this algorithm, like because you moved so much,
I think they cut that off though because he just moved to Japan
Yeah.
and his views are lower than they've ever
which is
been.
crazy because
So-
before you
Good.
used to just be able to
Fuck 'em.
change what country
Guys-
you were in, and that would affect like where your video would be inserted in the algorithm. So like back when I started, like if you were doing like anime covers and shit, you change your country to Japan and upload the video so it shows to like the Japanese audience primarily, and then that would like boost your views.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It could have the negative effect too because since your content is primarily in English, they'll probably just skip over it a lot too.
Who would you say is the golden boy of YouTube, or no, better yet,
Well,
of the whole
it
like
was
social
the Paul
media
brothers,
content
and then they
creation?
started
Because
being weird.
Ninja had it for a bit.
I don't know who it is now. I got
The
Speed.
Paul brothers had it for a
Mr.
bit.
Beast.
Um,
Isn't it Mr. Beast?
that Mr. Beast is the closest one that comes to my mind because he's about to hit like 100 million subs, I think they said, or something.
Yeah, 100 mil.
And he's always,
fuck.
he's all added. Like they put so much money behind the marketing behind him. It's crazy. Like he invests a lot of money to keep that brand alive.
100 million. That's like I can't even.
Funny enough, like
comprehend
YouTube
that number.
just like got back
Holy
Lily Pichu
shit.
for an exclusive streaming deal, I believe, and she started on YouTube. Lily Peach, she was like a league.
Wait, I'm sorry, who?
Well, she started as like a league YouTuber, pink hair. She would like have. She has
Ah.
like a very distinct voice, which is like
Yo, shout outs to Ninja finessing the fuck out of that situation with Mixer.
Yeah.
This motherfucker walked away
First-
with
wait,
like
okay, first
15
off,
million and
shout out
didn't
to
have do
everybody that
nothing
got
else
a
for
deal
them.
out of Mixer because they paid all that money out and then shot themselves in the foot.
Can you imagine? Like, because at that point you're like, cool. I don't even need to stream anymore. I mean,
Yeah.
Now he's
This-
just chilling,
yeah.
playing Fortnite.
Now it's like I don't
whatever the
have to
fuck, like, you
stream
don't-
to make
none of
money
that means
anymore.
nothing
I
anymore.
can
He-
just
he
stream.
got the
Yeah.
bag.
Going to make money.
exactly.
Yeah, he's already got
It's like
bank.
dudes like
Fuck,
Markiplier and shit.
He's set.
But he was a golden boy for a while.
He was for a little bit.
Markiplier is a generational, like this motherfucker. Like my nieces and nephews when they were little, they watched him. My daughter watches him. I'd imagine the
Markiplier
next
got me
gen-
through
like
some
he's
tough times.
he's
like,
did
when
it.
Life
Congrats
was,
to how
shitty,
he
and I
fucking
just
did it.
like go on like Markiplier horror playlist watch throughs. And if I wasn't watching Markiplier, I was experiencing Lost for the first time.
For me,
Oh, that's dope.
for me, it was two best
I
friends
remember
play.
them.
Fuck, I remember you used to bring them up, and I remember I used to say some joke. I can't remember what the joke
Two
was.
best friends,
Fuck.
one cup.
Go ahead.
No, but like I never really got into Markiplier or any of those fucks. But I like Two Best Friends Play, pretty much the only Let's Play channel I really got into because they felt more like, because like fucking PewDiePie sounds like I don't know, he's just like screaming and yelling at fucking horror games and shit. He sounds like a fucking asshole. But like Two Best Friends Play, they actually felt like people like you and me that they just love to play games and anime and shit like that, and they're really chill.
Are they still going?
No, they're done.
Oh, that
Oh,
sucks.
wow.
Two of the guys do a podcast and they stream. And one of the other guys, he originally it was Two Best Friends Play. Eventually there was like four of them. But like one guy does like video essays now. I don't know what happened to
for his
Liam.
daughter that was
He's
taken?
off in the fucking boonies, I guess. I can't. Liam Neeson.
Yes.
Remember Epic Mealtime?
Really?
Oh, dude, they're from Toronto.
Oh, really?
Interesting.
Yeah. They're still around, but like they've
Mm.
died compared to what they were at their peak.
They
Yeah.
ran
Did you guys watch
shit,
Teen
dog. I
Editors?
used to love
Oh,
watching them.
me
Oh
too.
my god.
No,
Yeah.
he used to. So he used to play like
No, I've never heard of them.
No. Oh no! I do. I think. Oh man, he got big off like Ray
yeah,
Williams.
he would
started
do.
like he
I
got
think
like
he- I
viral a
think
couple times.
early
Ray
on he
Williams
used to like
Johnson
make
covered
like
him and shit.
Halo levels, like when Halo 3 had level creations, custom creations, or Halo 4. But then he like moved on to playing
Okay, no,
Trouble in Terrorist Town or shit like that. Like they would play like Valve games. But he's like the dude that always like wore
Oh,
like
yeah, no,
a
I'm
gray
thinking of
shirt
somebody else.
in his videos because he would only wear gray shirts for his video. So if you look at all his entire history over the years, just like the same gray shirt. But he says he has like a bunch of them.
He's like the
Steve Jobs in his
the
black
opposite,
turtleneck.
Dude, I read a book
Ever
about
noticed?
Yeah, that's true.
Only the same
Must have
Nike
been
hat.
Beautiful for that.
I read a book about Steve Jobs. Man, Steve Jobs was a fucking asshole.
Didn't the movie
Holy
like say
shit,
that too?
you don't
like,
even
kind of
know.
portrayed him
Oh, yeah.
like a
Fucking-
dick.
I read the book.
I haven't seen the movie,
They-
but like the book did him no favors. Like he
I did watch both movies.
he eased up in his later years though when he was not right when he was dying of cancer, but like in his like the last like 5 years or so, he started easing up and he wasn't like as much of like a anal retentive piece of shit. But he for a long time he was just like he would just do weird shit. Like there's this one chick he was in love with, and he was like, "Oh, I found this dress. It's amazing. I'm gonna take you. You got to see it. It's this fucking great dress." And then he takes her, and then he's like, "You should buy it." And then she was like, "What do you mean I gotta buy it? You're the one that's talking up this dress."
Yeah,
I'll
He
be
was-
honest with you. I kind of like that though. Like, yeah.
So I
it's a
can
nice
see you
dress
in
with
it.
My wife.
Go buy
nice,
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, but when you got the
He-
money,
he
you can
was
just
a
do what
total
you
I'm
want.
mad at that.
I guess
He was very.
people don't want to
narcissistic.
tell you no.
But like the
Yeah,
Give certain freedoms.
But like in the book, because she was interviewed, she was just like, it was weird because like he talked it up like, like it was this great dress, and she was under the impression, oh, okay, he wants to get it for me. And then when he dropped that bomb, she was just like, wait, what? I don't want to buy it. And then they just left. It was she just was like, man, it was just weird. Like it was just a weird interaction. It's just something like people don't normally do.
I think
Might
his
have been a
biggest
test
fault-
on his behalf. Might have
Could've
been
been.
basically saying, like, yo, I'm gonna mention this dress, and if you trying to fuck with me for money, you're gonna play along. Like, yeah, he's gonna buy me a dress, but if you just on some sincerity shit, you just be like, yeah, I'm down to window shop. Why not? That's probably a weird, because that's still unorthodox, and that's still like you're playing with somebody's emotions. So
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
by any means something that like, yeah, you should do that. But
Or
probably
it's just the
his
fact that like
billionaire way of testing
genius
people.
brains just function different.
I mean,
I think with him,
he did something that was really fucking weird. So like he had an illegitimate daughter named Lisa, and then named a computer after his daughter, and then tried to pass it off like, oh no, Lisa it's an acronym. It stands for blah blah blah, whatever, some bullshit. He didn't want to fess up to it until like a decade later when he finally was like, yeah, of course I named it after my daughter.
yeah, it's so much worse than that though because he wasn't paying child support for her, and
That's
he was
true.
also pretending
That's
he
true.
didn't have a daughter.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
pretended he tried to pretend like that it wasn't actually his daughter. Like
yeah.
I know a lot of motherfuckers, regular Joes, that are escaping child support as we speak. I'm not gonna give them supervillain status for that.
he's
Steve
fucking
Jobs,
Steve
the
Jobs though. He can
character,
afford
man.
it.
Yeah. I don't know. He was a multi-millionaire by the time he had his kid. The wife at the time, or I don't know if they were married, but girlfriend at the time, like told him a heads up, being like, "Hey, pregnant," and then he just like ghosted her and then just peaced out
Yeah.
for years. And then to be fair, years later, that he did rectify, like you said, he did admit that Lisa was about her.
Yeah.
And then he did start, being in her life and stuff like that, and paying for stuff and whatever. So he did rectify all that, but for a long period of time, he was a total piece
Yeah,
of shit.
that's what I was saying. Where like I don't want to make it seem like, oh my god, he was just a villain the entire time. because that's not true. He did do some good stuff, and he wasn't always a piece of shit. But like half the time he was a piece of shit, and half the time he was a good guy. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I think that's like everyone, right? Like, I mean,
Yeah,
obviously
but
the skill
for
things
him,
differ,
for him
but-
though, it was like taken to like one extreme or the other. Like most people, they're like kind of in the middle. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes you do something kind of shitty. Sometimes you'll do something that's kind of nice. He's either like, I fucking pretend not to have my daughter, or I'm gonna donate
Yeah.
like $1 million to charity. Like,
What do they call anti
yeah,
villains?
yeah, that's true.
Different scales.
No, it's do good things for negative consequences.
Yeah, I guess like my definition of an anti.
That was just a
yeah,
motherfucker right now.
Okay,
like,
so
good things for
a good example, right?
My brain is trying to figure that out.
The Oceans franchise. A band of bank robbers and con men or shit, right? Yeah, so at
Ocean's
least in
11.
the third
Yeah.
movie where like Al Pacino's character like fucks over like one of the guys that like pretty much funds them to like do whatever heist they're gonna do. So what they do is they rob him, right? But in robbing him for revenge, they give somebody else the benefits of the money that they stole. Just like random. Yeah, like anti-villains. Like you do bad shit
It's kind of like the Robin Hood
for.
story.
Well, yeah. Well, negative
You're
consequences for
doing bad
like
things for good
whoever.
consequences. You're doing something
Yeah.
bad for something
That shit is
good.
mind fucked up.
So yeah, you're kind of like But I think those are the most interesting characters, especially like when you're watching like a movie or a show. I think the most interesting characters are the ones that have like that complexness about them, right? Like they're not all good, they're not all bad. That's like typically where a human lives, right? Like obviously you kind of try to lean on the good side of things, but everyone's kind of a douchebag about something,
Yeah.
right? I mean, I was just going off earlier on little TikTokers. So.
Yeah, you're
They're
like,
all right,
these
guys.
little
So these
motherfuckers
fucking
can't
shonen
dance.
jump this week, man. They're fucking up.
So does somebody have a villain to them now?
And I had
Yo, I hate when that
kinda
fucking happens.
totally
Like you
went-
have a brain fart.
Nah,
Do you ever just like
it happens.
think about something and then you find yourself standing in the room? You're like,
Yeah.
what was I thinking about?
Or
Looking for your
like,
yo,
Where's
have
my
you ever like
phone
been
as
on the
it's in
phone
your
with
hand?
somebody and like, yo, I'm trying to find my
yeah, that's pretty.
Oh,
that's
shit.
pretty good.
oh peak.
Yeah, that's peak.
I hate
That's
when
peak
sometimes I walk in a room and because I went in there with something in mind, like I was gonna do something,
Yes,
and then I'm in the
yes,
room and
all
I'm like,
the
what the fuck is I
time.
gonna do?
What did I come in here for?
And then the standard for me is like you open the fridge and you're like, I wasn't even hungry. You're like, I don't even know why I'm
I'm
up
not
here
hungry. I don't want to drink anything.
right
it's still 2 p.m. I don't need a beer.
That's like, is that like having like when the glitch in the Matrix happens?
Like a deja vu where like
Yes.
the cat glitches and it's like.
Because deja vu is like such a like odd concept because you know for a fact you've seen this moment before.
It could have been something you dreamt about. It could be you saw it in a movie. And so if the moment is similar enough, then you're like, oh, but you can't quite put it together. I guess that's where the deja vu can like come from. I mean, there is the other side of things where you could be like, oh, was that from you from a different dimension? Was that you
Yes.
from,
Whoa.
a different
That'd be fucking
timeline? We can
cool.
go down that route too. I'm
Earth
open to that.
52, Rob. It's like some like majestic animal, or like what if I was like an ant? What if I was like? What if alternate reality Rob was like a character in a
Or
book?
your unicorn?
Yo, like deadass, I'm not even gonna lie. When I watch movies, I'm like, I will look at like what year it takes place in, and if it's like taking place in like a year of our lifetime, I'll be like, yo, what am I doing in this universe, like right now?
All right. Well, if you're in a Bug's Life,
not
you're
the
a
stick.
bugs is what I'm thinking.
Damn.
Yeah, like the stick bugs. I remember in the blooper, like when
Is that what they're called? They look like sticks. They're like, yeah.
you remember the Pixar
Yeah.
bloopers, like at the end of the movies, right? And then like the blooper when they were like all like flying or some
Yeah, yeah.
shit, and like he was being carried, and as a bug, he was flying and swallowed a bug. And it's just like I swallowed a bug. I love Pixar bloopers.
I don't know, that reminds me of how
They're so
like
good.
the original Blade Runner came out in like
Mhm.
1980 '84 or some shit like that. But the movie took place in the year 2019.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
When
and
did
that's
Mad
when
Max
they
take
released
place?
the sequel.
Like, what year was that? Were those movies?
Yeah.
I think the Mad Max movies are super weird because I think the first Mad Max happens like as the apocalypse is happening, and then the other ones take place like decades and decades after the apocalypse. And it's weird though because like it's still Mad Max, it's still the same guy,
He
and
just does
years
whatever
wise,
the
it
fuck he
doesn't make
wants,
sense for him
basically.
to still be alive.
Existing through time.
I don't know. It's like post-apocalyptic Highlander or some shit.
Did they only make one of those movies? Mad
No,
Max?
no, they made like 4 of them.
One of the
Did they
one of the
reboot it?
recent
Uh,
ones may have
Am I
been
thinking
the
of a
reboot.
different
There's
movie?
the last one they made was Fury Road.
That one won
but
some
it's not
awards,
really.
right?
That movie's fucking
That's
great.
okay.
If you guys haven't seen it, that movie's fucking incredible. Like it doesn't matter if you've seen the other movies or not. I've never seen any of the other Mad Max.
That movie
movies.
will make
Fury
you
Road
wanna
is
play Borderlands,
fucking
I'll say
sick.
that
You need to
much.
watch it.
Okay, I didn't realize. I thought Mad Fury or whatever, Fury Road. I thought that was like the first one. I didn't realize there was 3 movies.
Yeah, the
prior.
original 3 starred Mel Gibson
Mad Max?
back in the 80s.
Okay.
Why don't I remember him?
Yeah,
from
Mad
those
Max.
movies?
The first 3.
Okay, I don't think I've seen.
Yeah, the first 3. Dude, I'm telling you. Yeah, it came out. They came out in the 80s, and they starred Mel Gibson. There's 3 of them. I remember the third
Yeah,
one
that's
was
actually-
called Thunderball. Or no, wait, Thunderdome. Thunderball was
Yeah.
James Bond.
Anyone remember Max Payne, the video game?
Yeah.
I don't know. Y'all saying Mad Max, and it just kind of reminded me.
You
of
know, I
Max
actually
Payne. That
couldn't
was
get into
freaking
Max
fire
Payne
back
or
in the day. I
Hitman,
love playing
and I was
Max
super late to Splinter Cell. I love Sci-Fi Filter and Rainbow Six. Yo, Rainbow, you remember
Payne.
Rainbow
What about
Six on
Siphon
like
Filter?
the
Anyone
PS1?
remember Siphon Filter?
Yo,
Yes.
Army Men was
Yeah, I
so
remember.
good. Army Men 2 Sarge's
Army Men?
Heroes.
Yeah.
With when you put the cheat codes in and you just start fucking them,
Army Men,
yo.
Sergeant's
You start
Heroes
fucking
too,
people
yeah.
up. Yo, I used to put on the invincibility shit and
Oh.
I'd be getting torn the fuck
Oh.
up and I just like you just wouldn't die.
Yo, I have so many.
Okay,
good
which
memories
versus mode did you
playing
like better? Army Men 2 Sarge's
My
Heroes
cousins. That
or
was
Small Soldiers? Remember the Gorgonites versus the fucking army dudes?
Small Soldiers.
You didn't know there was a video game? Oh shit.
I didn't know there was a video game for it. I only watched the movie.
Wait, whoa! Yeah, I think I'm getting my shit mixed up. here.
Nah, it was a
Small
live it was a
Soldiers
live
movie.
action
Was
movie,
the
but like
animated
it was,
movie,
so
right?
the main cast was live action, but then
Yeah,
they had
I
like
didn't
the
know they
action
did a-
figures that
Yeah.
came to life.
But the action figures were animated.
That yeah, so it had a game. It had a game on PS1,
Like, I
and it would be
loved
like you either
that
pick the
movie.
Gorgonites
That
or
movie
like
I wanted
was,
so badly to
the
have
army
them.
dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you played the game, but then there's
Yes. Okay, it's all
Oh.
coming back to me now. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yo,
yes.
it's
No,
hitting
sorry.
me is
I'm
so
not playing
mad
the
that I
game.
missed out on that. I did
Yeah.
not know that there was a video game of that.
I didn't
shit,
know that
'cause
either.
I wanted so badly to have the toys of all of them. I just wanted. I fucking loved that movie when I was little.
I mean,
saw that
it
with my
was
pops
it
in
was
theaters,
cool
I
because
remember.
like the toys
Yes.
that were made to be
Yes.
the bad guys were the good guys in the movie,
Yes.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
and they
did
look
They had
so-
cooler. They
And
had
they look
cooler,
cooler
like
too,
they had
right?
cooler
Like,
like
they-
designs.
I thought they
could,
looked
had,
way
like,
more
their own, like,
badass.
unique abilities, and like the army dudes were just douchebags, but they kind of like would remind you of like alien
Mm-hmm.
movies and how like shitty the military would be to like the scientist dudes.
Yes. I did.
Oh.
have
Remember
the-
anyone remember Indian in the Cupboard?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What's
is
that?
Fucking.
I wanted that
throwback.
fucking cupboard so bad.
never heard of it.
Oh my god.
So this
Wow.
little boy gets this like I don't know, it's like a toy house type of shit,
Yeah.
like some big toy house or whatever. And when he
Yeah,
would put
Wait,
the toys,
hold on, wait.
I think when he put them
Let me look
inside
this
of
up,
it,
'cause I
they would,
think
like,
I
come to life
vaguely
or some
remember
shit.
that.
Yes. Exactly. Yeah.
What?
It's an old. I think it's from like. the
I do
early
remember
90s.
this.
Yeah, he
Something
got
like
it
that.
for like his birthday, the cupboard, and he would
Yes.
put the toys. I remember it was like
'Cause-
mad dramatic. One of
Bro,
them,
this
like,
shit, I
was,
think
like,
this
on
movie
death's
creeped me
door,
out.
and
That
there
and
was,
the
like, a little
borrowers, or
campfire,
the
some shit.
borrowers, I
Oh,
think
Yeah.
was it?
Yeah.
that-
It's like the little tiny people that lived in the walls, and they would like steal shit from the people in the house.
That doesn't sound familiar to me.
yeah.
Oh,
I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, no.
I don't know what that is.
Man, yo, we've been fucking triggering some memories. Wow.
Oh man. Yeah,
Man.
that's like some deep nostalgia. Holy
We should
shit.
we should name this episode like
The
four
undercover.
four dudes walking down memory lane.
4 dudes, 1 memory.
4 dudes, 1 memory.
Ah! Yeah.
Okay.
And that's where we
That's
end
one
it. Goodbye,
piece of
folks.
ancient internet content. We need to leave that in the past.
or the
This
Pain
next
Olympics.
generation of people does not need to know that exists.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, wait, guys,
Do you remember
let's
that
go
thing
down
with the
memory
bowl?
lane. Do you guys remember that,
That
thing
bowl
with the cup?
thing?
No, no.
Those are some fond memories. Dude, oh, yeah, the Pain Olympics and all that. Oh, dude. Like, that is still seared in my memory. Like fucking 20
I wonder where that guy is.
Can't
It's like this
imagine
whole
living
time,
the
like
greatest
it was the precursor to like those like videos where like it looked like you were cutting shit, but it was like really cake.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, is it cake?
It was the cake
Yeah.
Olympics. The cake is not alive.
So was it cake?
Yeah, I was watching with my sister this show called "Is It Cake?" and these contestants they would have like a real object, and they would have to make a cake as best as they fucking could to match how it looked, and it got really fucking hard to tell. Like these people were masters. Like there was one I remember they got like a briefcase. And this guy was able to match like the wear and tear on the briefcase with cake.
All I care about is are they
mind blowing.
Because once you cut the cake to tell if it's cake, it's useless. Like it's no longer whatever. So now it's time to eat it. So when I eat it,
Yeah.
is it good? That's it. That is cool as shit though.
I mean, these are
It is super impressive.
these people on the
Yeah.
these people on these shows are also like world class bakers. So like chances are, yeah, that shit fucking slaps.
I'm not a big fan of like the taste of. I think the stuff that they use a lot is I think it's called fondant or something like that.
Fondant.
Fondant. Okay. The texture of that like is not the greatest to eat. Of course you can eat it, but it's just like it's just kind of bland. But I'm sure the cake inside.
So I do
that
think what's
part
interesting,
is like probably
just kind of harken back, like
I don't
with
know,
the
yeah.
cake concept, is that the way that the pandemic brought out different like avenues of creativity for people to like discover about themselves, like glitch videos. You ever seen those? Like people like they look like they're doing like stop motion. Those are like pretty cool. Or like even like the way like now like
Oh,
more
no,
people than ever
yeah.
like do street interviews like they used to do on like MTV. You know what I mean? Where they would like interview people on like the boardwalk and shit.
Oh right. Okay. Yeah.
I've seen a lot of good Lego videos recently. Like I saw one person pretend that they were like cooking a steak and melting cheese on the steak, but it was all Lego, and it looked sick. I was like, damn, I was like,
Wow.
if this wasn't Lego, this looked good enough to eat. Like
I
it
love
was-
stop motion.
it's really cool. And it was
so
all like
much.
stop
Tim
motion
Burton movies are
animation
the
too.
best.
It was really cool.
The creativity.
Nightmare Before
This
Christmas.
is my favorite world of Kingdom Hearts.
That movie's so good. As a kid, that movie scared the shit
too.
out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait, there's
You
a
didn't
world
know?
of that?
yeah, in the
Kingdom
first
Hearts?
two.
Oh no fucking way! That's
Yeah.
dope.
Dude, and he has like the
You-
best
No,
outfit
no,
designs
I've
in
only-
those games, like in
I've
that
never
world.
fully played through Kingdom Hearts. I was...
Yeah. Yeah, when you go to in both games, when you go there, you have to look like you're part of Halloween Town. So the
Yeah, it's
characters,
funny.
so like Donald Duck, I think would look like a mummy, and
Sora
Goofy
was
was
a
like
vampire.
Frankenstein.
With like little
He was
wings
sick.
and like a little pumpkin on his head,
That's fucking
like a
cool.
little pumpkin mask.
Yeah, he was a vampire. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for that kind of shit. I like when my favorite IPs and all that get like Halloween outfits or Christmas.
Yeah,
outfits.
yeah.
When I was like, I was playing the
Skins.
shit out of Dragon Ball Fighters for a while,
Mhm.
and like Halloween and Christmas, they would always give them like outfits for skins for. That
I
kind of
did
stuff.
really like
I was
seasonal
like,
outfits,
man, it's
seasonal
like,
based
just
outfits
Help
in
get
League
me
of
in the mood
Legends.
for like the season.
Helps get me in the mood.
It
Yo, I
really
got
gets me in
this
the
itch in my
mood.
mattress right now. Let's put on some Dragon Ball Fighters Christmas song, baby.
It's like, baby, you like that Goku
So
combo?
one thing I would say
Yo, look at that
man.
fucking Santa hat. Look
For
at that
maybe you
shit.
can attest
You
to
see
this,
that
like,
Kamehameha?
I've been,
That's
doing
going
a lot
to
of
you.
cardio lately, like doing like 4 mile runs, like every other day. One thing, even though like my opinions on like certain anime that I've like kind of grown up on, like Naruto and like Bleach, Inuyasha, or whatever, one thing I can say is that like the older OST songs really get you pumped, like when you're like in that workout zone. I was listening to like one of the Naruto openings, and I was like, "Oh yeah, this is it. I'm about to take the fuck off."
Do you
I'm
also
wondering if it's to do with the instrumentation that they use.
Mm.
Because you got to think, like, back then especially, oftentimes they would have like live orchestras, live drummers, all sorts of stuff. So that plays a massive part in when they're recording that. And stuff
Yeah,
like that.
like
Now everything is
something about
synthesized,
like
everything is
the new anime songs compared to like
just electronic.
the early 2000s and like the 2010s is like the older songs like felt more like warm. You know what I mean? Like you felt like it was like bringing you into like the world of like the anime or some shit. Like all the like when you would like wake up at like 3 a.m. or some shit and like you would catch like the Inuyasha endings on Adult Swim, right? Yeah, even like as you're experiencing it, it's like you're still experiencing the nostalgia for the first time. The same with like um the Dragon Ball Z, like the American Dragon Ball Z opening
Yeah.
was like the with the guitars when it was like Faulkner shit. The dun, 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 yeah, like something about it like felt familiar. Like it felt like
Dragon,
Full Metal Alchemist, like not Brotherhood, but like the OG shit. Yeah, yeah, or Rewrite.
Oh, ready,
I think a
set,
lot of
go.
that
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
obviously classics and hold up.
Mhm.
But basically, what I don't know if you know that, but what anime does, they take the popular songs in Japan, and then they take those artists, and then they feature them with an intro.
But
and then
sometimes
another
they
artist gives an
commission
intro, and they use that to
the
just help
song
cross
for the
promote.
anime because
So,
like when you look at the
'cause-
lyrics, they're like
anime is a really
specifically
good
talking
avenue to-
about like what's like
Sometimes,
yeah.
yes. Yes,
Tokyo
yes.
Ghoul, I love the story of the dude that he said he was crying in the booth when he sang it because he knew that he made.
It's one of the one where he's like
this
kind of
is
whisper,
kind of
like
his life
the
in his
whisper
song.
in the beginning. That song.
Now that I think about it, that kind of reminds me of older openings. Like I miss too, and like older music, not even just in anime openings, when they would maybe now it's not
'Cause
as
they were
appealing,
still stuck in like
they would have
80s.
so much fucking
soundscape.
reverb that it almost feels like you're listening to a live concert. But it has a little charm to it. Like you just hear it. I just like sometimes I listen to like there's this opening Pet Shop of Horrors. It's like a little OVA, but the song, man, I just hear it and I just imagine myself. I'm sitting somewhere and like I don't know a fucking
Alright, so then let me ask
bar
you:
and it came out
did you
on jukebox, and
prefer
it just has that fucking
anime
feel to
openings,
it.
or did you prefer the Toonami bumps before the actual episode would start instead of an opening? Those bumps were so cool. Yo, this shit.
Toonami
I
bump.
used to fuck with that. Yeah, that was
Get
the fucking
down.
Dragon Ball
This
Z
can't be
one. where they were
happening.
actually, it was the back from commercial break. We're about to start Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, yeah.
Are you talking about like when
They would do like the little
uh,
the clips, the
are you talking
montage
about, like,
clips
the aliens
going,
talking
but we
about
wouldn't
stuff, or were you
get
talking about,
like
when
most of the
they
shows
show
at the
clips
time. Like
of
we wouldn't
things?
get the anime.
Oh, okay,
opening.
okay,
We
yeah.
would just get the bump into the episode.
Yeah, it would just be like a short.
Or it will be an
Oh,
abridged
okay.
version of
They
it.
give you like a short little thing
Right.
to like pump you up, and it.
Because I know
Ah,
Tenchi. I don't
yeah,
think
that shit was awesome.
Tenchi didn't have.
Yeah.
They didn't do the openings at first, right? And then
Yeah.
like, or it was like they did the openings and then they stopped doing them. But I think they would mainly do it when like commercial breaks would take too fucking long, and they're like, all right, we don't have time to do the opening. Here's the bump.
Yeah.
Yes.
I miss like some of those messages
Yes.
from Tom. Like,
Or it wouldn't
boy
be
has a
Tom.
right
It
to
would
dream.
be
that shit. I could watch that now and that hits.
like the other guy that would do announcers, like a boy has a tongue. You like that guy?
Sarah.
I forget his name. Fuck.
Yeah.
I did love like those messages.
Yeah,
Steve
yeah.
Blum's like monologues were cool. Yeah.
That shit was legendary. Are you just gonna keep running away? I'm not.
Who
running
am I?
away.
Oh,
Why did
yeah,
they
that
make
was for
me?
Outlaw
What did
Star,
they make
I
me
think.
for?
Yeah.
That shit. Yo, I think
me.
that bump.
What did
I
they
think the one
make
that had that bump didn't
Mm.
Usher like
Yeah.
have that same like sample.
Shout out to all the celebrities out there that love anime and They'll probably never mention it, but
Yeah.
shout outs to them.
Michael B. Jordan. He's a huge Naruto fan.
No, what is it? Naruto. Fuck. How did he pronounce it? I can't remember.
Shit.
Shippuden. Fuck, I can't remember.
Did he?
That
Hulk-
was fucking
Didn't
Oh.
Hulk
Did you say it?
Hogan say
Oh,
that
I
he was a
believe
One
it.
Piece
I fucking
fan?
believe it. Ultimate Muscle used to go hard.
No, Ultimate Muscle.
Was that?
Hulk
Was that the
Hogan?
Fox box or was
Yeah.
that Kids WB? Yo,
I think it was
Ultimate
Fox Box.
Muscle was my shit.
I think you just brought
Yes.
up Fox
I wanna
Box.
say
Yes.
Fox Box.
Brought
Because it was what was
Fox
it?
Kids.
It
Then
was
transferred.
Musha Lucha was Kids WB, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mucha lucha, mucha lucha. It's a
Oh,
way
that
of
was my
life.
yo. It used to be on
Yeah.
Netflix, and they took it
That shit
down,
was fun.
man.
The Adventures of Jackie Chan.
Jackie
Oh,
yeah.
And then it was on Amazon
Dude.
Prime. Yeah,
Oh,
so the
I
intro.
love that
We watched
show.
that. Oh my god! I remember they changed it after a while. They had like, cause initially I'm talking about like the structure of it, where they had like after season 1 or 2, after they like got all
Yeah,
the
'cause they were doing
talismans,
other
Jackie
shit.
fought the big
Yeah, it was
dragon and
really
shit. Then
fucking
like
good. Oh yeah, and then
whole
like the
show switched, but it
talismans
was
like
still really
came
good.
to life or
Like,
some
that was a
shit
good
at some
cartoon.
point. And then
Yeah.
like the dragon, he got all the talismans, and then they had to fight him and steal the talismans
Yeah, that
back.
big dragon. Yo, look how the world works. That's so crazy that Akira Toriyama was a massive Jackie Chan fan. And back in those days,
No, to
you
even
could
take
have
it back even
Jackie
further,
Chan
like,
action
remember Jackie
cartoon
Chan
and
was an
Dragon
extra in
Ball
a Bruce
Z
Lee film.
simultaneous- Like, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, got kicked in the face. Nope.
Yeah, Enter the Dragon.
I did not know that.
Yeah, there's a fun story about that where like Bruce Lee thought he kicked Jackie Chan too hard, and then when the camera cut, he went over to Jackie and he was like, "Hey, are you okay?" And Jackie was fine, but he's like, "Damn, fucking Bruce Lee is like giving me all this attention, so I'm gonna amp it up." I'm like, "Oh yeah." I'm
It
like,
would have been
"I'm
so
really
cool
hurt,
if
buddy."
like Bruce Lee got to like, I think kung fu
Oh, man.
in its place in cinema would be way different now. Bruce Lee,
Dude,
Jet Li.
you're just making man. I wish we
Yes.
had like all the legends like in one movie, right? You got Jackie Chan, Jet Li, Bruce Lee, yeah, in one movie. Oh,
Them
dude,
teaming
that
up.
would have been fucking.
And then
yeah.
at the end, they have to fight each other for
Kung
no
fu.
reason.
Yo, the fact that at some point
it'd be
you-
the Expendables, but it'd be like
the fact that at some
martial
point
arts
you get
version of Kung
DMX.
Fu
It'd be the Dragons.
And he was like running hands too. That was
What
the
is
crazy.
Yeah.
It was like Def Jam Vendetta, right? Or
Oh,
Fight
God.
for New York, where you got like the street brawler characters, and then you
Yeah.
got like the mixed martial arts characters and shit. Yes,
I mean,
he used to
in
train
Bruce
Kareem
Lee's
Abdul-Jabbar.
final movie, he fought Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
That was cool as fuck too. See, I always like shit like that.
That's true.
You know,
That's true.
like people like getting into other shit, and then it like kind of like
yeah.
you see it. It would be more organic when you see it in like other avenues of media versus like someone trying to force it. Like Michael Jordan going to baseball, even though he wasn't good at it, he went and did it because he liked it. Whereas like now you got Floyd just fighting people in other fighting like styles just for the money, and only picking ones he can win.
I don't know why that reminded me.
I mean, it's like the Paul
Them
brothers.
too.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying it's like the Paul brothers. How which one I think is Jake.
He was
He's
the one that
like,
was just on
well,
WWE,
mostly
right?
Picks like people we could
Or was it Logan?
and shit like that. But you know,
I just saw like the clip of like one of them like
was it?
I'm not
elbow
sure.
dropping somebody or leg dropping
I honestly
somebody on
don't
like
know.
the announcer table. Looked like it hurt.
They've done a lot, yo. That's now that I think about it. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the two.
Me
but
neither.
From Disney to
If anything,
they
it's
were
nice to
running
see
YouTube
that
for a good minute.
that
Boxing,
there are
did
still
music,
YouTubers that
they-
can transition out of YouTubing and not just be stuck as like a YouTuber or a Twitch streamer. Like they branch out into other avenues and become successful with it because their fan base actually loves and trusts them enough.
I hear you, but that also led to a lot of really
Hey, man,
bad
Auto
YouTuber
tune led to a
movies.
lot of bad artists.
Oh God.
Fucking
I
Fred.
did not
idea was
under-
Fred
great.
made
not
like
understand
3
Fred.
movies
Yeah,
or
got
some
him on
shit.
Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Got him on Nickelodeon though.
Me neither.
I think the idea was great. Like to be like as somebody who likes to make films, like I love filming and editing and stuff like that. The idea that they'll be like, holy shit, like YouTube would give me like a small budget to like really kind of pursue an idea I have. Like that blows my mind. I don't know if are they still doing stuff like that? Probably
I
not.
don't think so. I think that died
Yeah.
off.
They're very scarce with it.
I think because now like it's the
The
TikTokers
idea was
that are, like,
fucking
getting the
awesome at the
deals
time.
and
But yeah,
getting,
it made for
the
like a lot of
talk
bad movies.
show
So I agree.
slots and all that shit.
But the idea is great.
Did they?
Oh my god, yeah, you just reminded me.
Was it like a reality
It's
show?
fucking TikTok show with like all the popular TikTokers. So I watched a part of the. It was like they work in a hospital and they're doctors and shit, and it was some of the worst fucking cringe stuff I've ever seen in my life. It was just awful.
Wasn't the new Drake music video where he's like
That's
gonna
just rapper
marry a
shit.
bunch of chicks? Aren't all those chicks like Instagram models? I'm just saying though, because in a sense they were branching out,
You can't
Kinda.
do that. No.
sort of.
Branching out into the matrix.
Yo, that's fucked up. Drake is wild, boy. And the fact that he went from
Yo, Drake
a
is a wild boy.
heart-shaped fade to braids is still insane. But how did his hair grow that fast?
I mean, he had to.
Bro, he had a straight, like, he had an actual haircut and like with the heart fade, and then like he just popped up with braids.
Extensions.
Like Big Sean one.
I remember when Big Sean had a haircut.
I heard someone refer to Drake as the Nickelback of rap.
It's crazy
A
that
lot more
he's probably
successful,
is
'cause
the
Drake is
most
one of the most
successful
successful
artist
artists
right now of all
pretty much all
time.
So
And Jay-Z,
One of the
and
most
Jay-Z
successful.
still has more money than him.
Nickelback
Were they ever
hugely
more successful than the
for a
Beatles?
time.
Were they?
They were.
Drake is more successful than the Beatles.
No,
Not even close.
I got more slaps in the.
He has
Beatles.
He has more number ones. I think he sold
That-
more albums.
that hurts to hear.
Mind you, it's two different.
You
playing
do,
fields.
however,
You gotta go
someone
walk your
has
ass
to
the
listen
record
to your
That's
album
true.
1,000 times.
very
for
different
one
time.
sale. Yeah, that's the streaming playing field. One album.
1334, I think, or something like that. 1,300 streams equals one sale.
Wow, that's fucking
Full on purchase.
wow.
But if they buy it, then it's a full-on purchase.
Yeah,
So it kind
it's-
of, if you have
it's even
fans that
easier to buy
really
albums
are
now.
dedicated, and you say, hey, buy my shit, it kind of counts more. So that's why a lot of artists that they have.
But for others, it's
But
like,
yeah, you
well,
just
if
hop
I'm
on
paying
the-
a monthly subscription and I can
the,
listen to it for
Apple
free,
Store,
why do
I-
I need to buy an
yeah.
where
album?
you get your music from.
Now,
I like to
There's some
buy
reasons,
albums because
but-
I like to support the artist. Like if it's someone that I really like, I wanna put my money where my mouth
so I'll
is.
tell you
I'll
what's
be like,
interesting.
yeah,
Did
I
you
like
know
these
that
guys.
Even though
putting
you
my
buy
money,
an album,
if
if they pull it from streaming services, you still lose it. You buy an album, like say you bought the new Beyonce album that just came out, right?
Wait, sorry, say that again?
And some point in like 15 years from now, you only owned it on Apple Music. If they decided to take it down, it comes off Apple Music. So even though you bought it, you would still lose it.
that
When
unless you have it
download
already
it still has to be
downloaded.
synced from the cloud.
No, because a couple of records of mine,
Mm.
yeah, but a couple of records of mine that I had forgot to renew, so they expired and they took it down from thing. But because
Maybe
I
that'd
had
be
it
like
on the
a
device
new
that
thing
I bought
then,
it was
'cause
still on
I know,
the Apple
like,
thing, so I could have still listened.
There was like
to it.
there's some stuff
So I
they can
think if
take.
you download
Matter of fact,
it, you
remember
still
you
have
couldn't
it.
even listen to the Maria I'm Drunk song on the Travis Scott album, even though people bought it. Like it was just no longer on streaming platforms for a while.
So yeah, I know if you stream, like if you have a streaming service and then you download something from that and then they still have it in full control. Yeah, they can take those away. But if you buy a like specific album or song and you download that, that is still yours no matter what, because now you purchased that.
You're right.
So
That's
that
what
would
it
still be in
was.
your
It was like
library no matter what.
if you have it on
But yeah,
streaming,
anything
if
from
you
the
saved
streaming
it, you
side
still
that you're
lose it.
downloading, it's
Which
still
kinda
in full
sucks.
control of them. Yeah.
Well, no. Like
Yes.
like if you're still
Yeah,
paying it,
but
they
that's
took it
their
down,
way to keep
can't
you
listen to
still
it
paying
anymore.
the $9.99 every
And if
month.
it's not on the store, you're fucked.
That too, yeah. That's one of the downsides, right? You're giving them control.
Yo, the best streaming
Yeah.
streaming
Red?
service
Or
of
is it
all
YouTube
of them
Music?
through my experience is the YouTube Music, I think.
I think it's called YouTube
the
Music.
YouTube Music.
Yeah.
Whatchamacallit, on there, you pretty much have access to damn near everything that's on YouTube. So
The selling
songs
point for
with
that was
mixtape
that
cuts
you
wouldn't
could
get,
actually close
the
your home
videos,
screen, right?
everything. And yes, that too. That's a big one. That's why I've been slowly moving towards there because it's like so I could get all my little mixtape joints that the artists could never get on these sites or on these streaming services. It's pretty fucking dope.
Yeah, it's true. There's so much music that I listen to that are just from YouTubers, like just so many mixes and like I listen to so much lo-fi these days, just from like artists off YouTube, and you can't find their stuff on like Apple Music or whatever because they might mix in some like anime verses or something like that. So because of copyright, but if it's on YouTube, then it's fine.
You know,
yeah, but yeah, that's a good idea about YouTube music or whatever they're calling it.
I forgot my train of thought. We can wrap this up. We're at hour 42. Honestly, guys, the energy
And with
tonight
that,
was completely phenomenal, and I'm really liking the freeform format that we're trying out right now. I hope you guys down in the comments enjoy it as well.
yeah, I think it liberates us.
Yeah.
No, it honestly has benefited the flow of conversation. Like,
Which
we
is
may
gonna
have
be
a
edited
little
out.
stumble here there because we're still getting used to it, so we'll have like maybe a little awkward pause for like 2 or 3 seconds in between. But yeah, so it's like honestly, it's working pretty good.
I agree. I think it's good to have like maybe like a handful of topics generally in mind, but not like
Just in case.
but not like strictly like, okay, now we're talking about this. Now we're talking about this.
Loosey
Not, you know, like
goosey.
it's more like loosey
Shout out to
goosey.
the great goose that gets you.
You know.
Shout out to the loose goose.
Well, it was great seeing you gentlemen this week.
Shout
I
out
hope
to
you guys have an awesome week forward. It would be nice to see you all next Sunday night. But we'll see you guys soon.